This lesson is on Christianity in medieval Europe. Make sure you see your table of contents and make sure you know where you're going to input this information. This PowerPoint here will help you complete the document that I've given to you. It's slides, and it's Christianity in medieval Europe document. And this PowerPoint will help you complete that. So let's start talking about pilgrimages. So what were pilgrimages? People travel to Christian holy sites in Jerusalem, Rome, Canterbury, and Canterbury, England. There we go. One of the greatest books of the Middle Ages was the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. And he tells of a pilgrim, and here's a quote from his book. "When in April the sweet showers fall, and pierce the drought of March to the root, then people long to go on pilgrimages, and palmers long to seek the stranger strands of far-off saints, hallowed in the sun-dry lands, and specially from every shrine, every shire's end of England, down to Canterbury they wend." Why might someone want to go on a pilgrimage? Make sure you reflect on why someone might want to go on a pilgrimage on your notes. Monks. Monks were devout religious people who formed new religious orders. A religious order is a group of people who dedicate their lives to religion and follow common rules. Monks lived apart from the world in monasteries. The monks of Cluny criticized the church for being too worldly and political, so they ignored the world and focused only on religion. Women joined communities of nuns. They lived in a convent, and an abbess was their leader. The friars. Some monks did not want to live in monasteries. The Dominicans and Franciscans were groups who wanted to live in cities and spread Christianity. They became known as friars. Since the goal of friars was to teach people about Jesus, they wore plain clothes, no shoes, and wandered around like beggars. They taught people about generosity, kindness, and how to live Christian lives. Would you rather be a monk or a friar? Why? So make sure you reflect on that on your notes. Which would you have rather have been, a monk or a friar? And here we're going to talk about St. Francis of Assisi. And he was born 1182, died 1226. In 1210, he began his Franciscan order of friars. He had been born wealthy, but gave it all away to help the poor or ill. He is especially known for his love of animals. Here's a quote from St. Francis. "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And there is sadness, joy." How might St. Francis and other friars encourage people to be better Christians, or at least follow the church's teachings? Make sure you also reflect on that on your notes. The first universities. some people began to look for ways to learn about the world. Their search for knowledge led to the creation of universities. Many of the first universities were started by the Catholic Church with the goal of teaching religion. They also taught law, medicine, astronomy, and Latin. Latin was the elite language of scholars and the Catholic Church because few other people spoke it. Now reflect on these two questions in your notes. How did universities help create new ideas? And how did teaching university classes in Latin help international relationships? St. Thomas of Aquinas, born 1225 through 1274. Aquinas is considered the greatest thinker of the Middle Ages. In his book, Summa Theologica, he said that rational thought could be used to support Christian beliefs. For instance, he wrote an argument to prove the existence of God. He formed the idea of natural law. He said that God had created a law that governed how the world operated. Why do you think that Aquinas was considered the greatest thinker of the Middle Ages? And here are some features of a Gothic cathedral. Side chapels, the pinnacle, towers, Lady Chapel, pillars. Keep in mind that the cathedrals had high ceilings. And here's a picture of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France. And notice it has a lot of the Gothic cathedral components to it. Here's the Gothic Cathedral, and here's the Notre Dame Cathedral. Religious art. Inside the cathedral, there were beautiful tapestries, which are giant weavings, statues, paintings, and even ornate robes for the priests. The robes often included beautiful fabrics that used gold thread. Illuminated letters. Monks were also inspired to make the books they so painstakingly copied as beautiful as possible. The monks used gold and silver to illuminate letters, which made the pages seem to glow. And here's an illustration of those letters. Okay, that concludes our Christianity and Medieval Europe PowerPoint. Make sure you use this PowerPoint again to fill in your close document. And make sure that you're looking on your table of contents to see where this is supposed to be taped into.